Hey there guys, Winter Gaming here and welcome to today's vlog. Today's vlog is so different from any other vlog I've really been into. And as far as, you guys, those of you who know or have seen my Wednesday vlog, Tuesday vlog, for those of you that have seen my Tuesday vlog, not Wednesday vlog, I lost my days. No, I've been reading this book, Ready Player One, and this book is amazing. Now, what this book is actually, this book has inspired today's vlog. Like 100%, it's inspired it. Also, if you haven't read this book, I do strongly advise reading it. It is really amazing. Armada, I haven't touched yet, but it's so good, and I'm so excited to just finish this. Obviously, I've got, almost like 330 pages left. Like, no joke. It's like 330 pages right there. It's crazy. Reading of this book, and it's just gonna be great. This book is amazing. I'm obviously taking my time with it and indulging it every minute. But today's vlog actually is me stepping away completely, not stepping away completely from video games. I want to talk to you guys about what it's like being a gamer, what being a gamer means to me, and what got me into being a gamer. Like, obviously, in my name, it's Winter Gaming, and it wouldn't make sense if I didn't do video games. And I'm sorry, this week kind of just seems more like a vlog week. Out of all things for this week to be, this is the week I choose to be like, hey, let's do vlog. All sorts of vlogging. But we're gonna step away from that. We're gonna step away from vlogs, and with this vlog, I'm gonna talk to you guys about gaming. What introduced me to gaming, and what has been so great. So starting all the way back to a very, very, very long time ago. Not that long ago, actually. But growing up as a kid, my parents weren't necessarily the biggest gamers. Like, we had our video game consoles and everything like that, but starting off there was so different. Like, I love my family to death, and they've been a huge part of me gaming and everything like that. But what had actually started my big gaming boom, and it's funny because my dad actually blames it on the GameCube, which is not at all true. And for those of you guys that don't know what GameCube is, what are you doing on my channel? That's a terrible thing for you guys to be doing. You shouldn't be watching. I'm just kidding. But the first ever console I remember playing, like, ever, is the PlayStation 1. And I mean, I was so young when we got the PlayStation 1 that I actually remember crapping, like, I may have just been potty trained. I remember shitting myself playing video games in the living room. That's how young I was. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. But the PlayStation 1, ironically, I'm wearing a PlayStation shirt for this. That was just so, that was the starting moment of gaming for me. Was playing PlayStation 1, and it actually was playing Namco Classics, which, if you guys don't know what that is, there were little PlayStation 1 discs that were Namco games all on this disc. And it was so much fun, and that is why Pac-Man has actually become my #1 game, because it's amazing. Like, playing that game way back when was great. And with that system as well, which actually kind of saddens me a lot, is I played Crash Bandicoot a lot. And the best part is they're remaking Crash Bandicoot now, right? They're remastering it and everything, and it's coming out this year, and I'm so pumped for it. But my last memory of playing Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1 was when I took it out of the system, set it on the ground to put it in its proper case. I put my knee through it by accident because I'd lost my balance and just crushed this disc, which kind of also crushed my dreams. But growing up with that was, the PlayStation was awesome. My uncle lived with us at the time, and I had the opportunity to play the Sega Genesis, which had the X-Men game and Sonic the Hedgehog and everything like that. And playing those games was just amazing. And then after my uncle moved out, my other uncle moved in. He had a Nintendo 64, which introduced me to that right here. This is Legend of Zelda, which without Legend of Zelda, I don't know how much of a Nintendo gamer I would be. And I love playing Nintendo games. Unfortunately, we can't play them on here because Nintendo has blah 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 stupid rules, but that's way besides the point. Legend of Zelda was a great series. It got me into puzzle games and adventure games and everything like that. And it was just so fantastic. Like, solving puzzles in a virtual world is just such a great experience. 100%. And after that had happened, after we had moved out, I had accommodated, received probably one of the best things to introduce me into gaming at a young age. My uncle had moved out, and I had acquired his Atari 2600, which is pretty much the epitome of what video games need to be, what video games started as. And playing those games, which, I mean, it's insane to me because some people nowadays don't understand what a 2D game could be, what it used to be, because now they've still got intense graphics for just a small 2D side-scroller. Mario, compared to the Atari, Mario's graphics are 100 times better, which doesn't sound like the original Mario. It doesn't sound crazy. There was Sword Quest back on the Atari, which I actually just picked up the Atari Flashback Collection, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to play the old school Atari games like I played as a kid, because that was my life. That was me growing up with it, and that's why I love 8-bit games and old school games all the time. And I'm excited to bring you guys back the Winter Goes Retro series. A long time ago when I first started the channel, it was live streaming. I live streamed kind of old school retro games, and I'm going to bring it back for this 100%. And it's going to be Winter Goes Retro, and it's going to go in a playlist, and I'm just going to play Atari games. And it's going to be the best thing in the world, because the 80s is what started gaming. And gaming now to then is so different, because competitive games back then were like, hey, I bet you can't beat my high score. And now we're like, hey, I can get more kills than you. What the fuck? Why does that matter? Why is that important? What is going on with the world? Nothing. Nothing's going on with the world. It's still great. Video games are evolving, and with that, we're evolving. There's studies out there that prove that video games have increased decision making as a game. If you are a gamer and you play them chronically, chronically or enough, there's a scientific study out there that proves that we are faster decision makers because of the fact that we can actually decide what is going on, what's going to happen right away, because we've played these games that changes everything. Like, we can, obviously, we could be like, turning this corner, we're gonna die, or we're gonna go in and rip some shit up. That's such a weird saying to say. 100%. We are going to bust in. We're just so much better at making decision making, like making decisions. And finding studies like this is amazing to have. Growing up, I've heard nothing but stories like Rated M games are ruining ruining generations, and kids are being destroyed by video games, and Rated M games are ruining children, and we're becoming bad people because of it. And that's not true at all. I grew up playing Mortal Kombat, playing 007 GoldenEye, games with guns in it, and I played Rated M games long before I was 17. I remember playing Rated M games when I was like 7. And why is this important? Because I'm not killing people. I'm not ruining people's lives. It was me. It's got nothing to do with the fact that the games are too violent and our brains can't comprehend the fact that it's different, or that it's why it's violent, why it's bad. the thing there is, I honestly, in my opinion, I believe it deals with parenting. If you can't tell your kids this is wrong, you shouldn't do this in real life, and you just let them play Call of Duty without ever explaining to them why it's wrong. Like, literally, this right here, Killing Floor 2, on the back of every video game, and I'm saying this because there are parents that just say they understand it, but they're just buying the kids their games because they know the kids want it. Literally on the back here, it says this is rated M because of blood, gore, violence, intense violence, language, and partial nudity. If you don't want your kids exposed to that, then step away from it and get them a game like Overwatch, where it's still violent and it'll still fill in their needs of gaming and everything like that. But this is just blood, use of tobacco, and violence. And it's rated T. It's for teenagers. It's not anything bad. And I just want kind of the gaming industry to stop being bashed on all the time, because me personally, it's a big part of my life, and there is nothing more that I want than video games to be great again. Make video games great again. No, I just want people to be excited about it again and not bash it all the time, because just because some of us slave away staring at a computer screen or a TV screen all day doesn't make us dumb or lazy. We're just doing it in a different way or a different pattern. We're problem solving constantly. It makes us better at certain points in the day. And being a gamer with me is the best thing in the world. Absolutely phenomenal. Even if you're a mobile gamer, I use that term so lightly. I'm not the biggest fan of mobile gaming. Literally, the only game apps I have on my phone is Super Mario Run, Fruit Ninja, and I don't know what else is on there. But it's just small games, like games I can't get anywhere else. And if I do, they're not the same. But I mean, if you're a mobile gamer, you're a mobile gamer. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, the start of mobile gaming was Game Boy. And I had a Game Boy growing up, and I played it in the car. But a lot of people don't understand the struggle that I went through playing a Game Boy in the car. Because now everybody has the DS, which has the lit screen. The screen would light up. And when I was a kid, and we went on a long road trip, and it was during the nighttime, I would have to pause or save Pokemon so that I could turn around and put it and play it in a tunnel. And hope to God the tunnel had enough light and it was long enough for me to complete the gym battle that I was being with. And hope that by the time the next one happened, because they didn't even have, we had to like carry AA batteries with us in the car, because if our system died, it died. There was that's what it was. If the Game Boy died, it was dead. You couldn't recharge it, and the batteries wouldn't last forever. Although, technically, it did seem like they did last forever, and we all had our different little speculations at what would make it better. Like, to me, I was like, if I turn the volume down, it won't use the power on the speaker, so it won't drain the battery. That's not at all true, at all. But, I wanted to say this is a big, big thing. Thank you guys for watching these videos and supporting the fact that video games are okay. They're okay to have, and if you agree they're okay, hit that like button down below. Because being a gamer to me is probably the best decision I've ever made in my life. Because I can take a step out of my reality and step into a reality that's not real and won't affect the real world at all. And there's a lot of people out there that don't understand that video games aren't just because we're lazy. It's that we choose to pretty much have an interactive movie and deal with movies in any certain, like, we can make the decisions in this. We don't have to watch it happen. We can choose what we need to do. And sure, our KDs will be the pretty much epitome of what our reactions will be if we're playing multiplayer games. Like, if you take a wrong decision and turn a corner the wrong way and don't aim fast enough, you're gonna die. That's just how it is. Your KD is gonna drop the more you make those decisions. And if you don't plan ahead or anything like that, it's just crazy to me on how far video games have come. and how much they're taking over the world now, and I'm okay with it. And I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't okay with it, and this is the longest thing I've ever ranted about video games about, because now it's been 15 minutes almost, and that's just crazy. But thank you for supporting video games. I know even just as a small consumer, like me buying video games is great. And if I don't like a video game, I can turn around and get rid of it, or I can sell it, or, you know, whatever. If I know I'm not going to like a game, I will not buy it digitally. That's something too. Buying hard copies of games is a good idea to do, because you can buy it, and if you hate it, you can sell it or trade it or go to GameStop and get credit for it. And everybody bashes GameStop over the fact that, oh, we don't get enough money. Don't, like, this is bullshit. A lot of people freak out because they'll buy a game for $60 and then they'll turn around and be like, okay, well, they still sell the game for $50, but I only got $20 credit for it. You got $20 credit for it because it's used, and GameStop still has to turn around and make profit off of the game that you had just bought. That's just how it is. Obviously, we make better deals than Pawn Stars. I mean, if a game's gonna be 15 cents at GameStop, that's because it's old and nobody wants to touch it anymore. That's it. We sell games at GameStop that are 69 cents or 49 cents. Because people don't want them, people don't play them anymore. And it's insane to me that that's just how it is. But, thank you guys for listening to my rant, my video game rant that was just just me talking about me personally loving gaming and why it's so important to me and what it means to be a gamer. That's just all it is. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, remember, don't be a flake. Bye, guys.